Hello, I've started a new broadcast because the last one, the sound conflicted basically. Right, I presume it started because it says chat, so I'm going to start the video. And I'll, oh, that was too loud. Just the sound goes louder once you get into YouTube. And before you start, I don't know why it does that, but anyway. So I think the sound's about right now. So yeah, this is Lindsey, Janette Canning walking about in. I wobbled the camera a bit there. It doesn't matter because I'm cutting 1 second, 2 second, 3 second parts out of these videos to go into live music videos, and also a friend of mine is making music videos for which he's previously recorded the soundtracks, whereas I video and sound record live music at the moment. So and I have quite a few I have quite a few soundtracks that have no video, which is also useful. I can put together little videos for music I have that don't have a video too. So anyway, these are the full clips, if you like, from which I cut out the small parts. All these ones of Lindsey, Janette are on the Canon EOS 7D, and with a variety of different lenses. The 55 to 250mm lens, the f1.4 50mm lens, and the 17 to 40 zoom lens. Anyway, so I'm not going to speak so much as I did the first time. I'll just let you watch the video a lot of the time. If any questions come up, just put them in the chat. But there is no chat at the moment. Last time, everybody started watching once the live stream had finished. I don't know how it's linked, or perhaps people only get a notification when the live stream's ended or whatever. I don't know exactly how that works, but the problem was there was an audio conflict at the beginning of the previous video, and that completely marred the whole video because I tried to edit it in the YouTube editor, but it just wouldn't load into it. So anyway, I am streaming this at I'll just look at the settings while I'm doing that. Well, I set it up for PAL 25 and an actual video setting between the 1080p and the 720p, but in fact YouTube reduces it to 720p. I suppose I could have streamed at 1080 without changing it, but maybe I'll try that in the next one I do. But I think this illustrates the point, you know. The last one actually came out quite well. It's just, hang on, I've got to turn the sound back up a bit now. Okay, it just had that bit at the beginning which wasn't very good. So anyway, so I presume no one's watching this at the moment. I don't want to open YouTube because I got that audio output turned down, so it shouldn't cause any problems if I open YouTube, but I won't. It's easier if I talk straight from the OBS software, because this is real time, so I'm talking at the same time as I'm seeing what's on screen. If I go to YouTube, then you have to allow for a delay, so I'll be saying things that aren't actually happening on the screen at the time. So you know, it's easier if I monitor it straight from here and then look at YouTube afterwards, I think. So I won't actually go back to YouTube. It actually puts a little box which says chat into the OBS software, so if anyone does say anything I can immediately see it anyway. So there you go. Anyhow, so she blows kisses, she sometimes puts her tongue out and does different little expressions which can be used in very short bursts within a music video. Now we were just talking here, you know, so we wouldn't use everything in videos. We'll just use the appropriate parts according to the lyrics at the time in the video, in the actual music videos. Okay, you must. The sound, it's picking up me breathing or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's funny because there's a certain amount of background sound, I think. I'm looking at the I don't know what the background sound is, but there you go. So that time she blew a kiss from a half-length position. There's other times where she blows a kiss from a closer position. So there's a variety of different ones we can use. My friend also makes music videos of his own songs that he's written, and he's already pre-recorded the soundtracks in a studio. Whereas I record the live music when I go along. Mostly I only have 2 on-camera mics, but hopefully one day I might be able to do a more complicated setup. But I need a lot of cooperation to do that. I have a lot of mics and mixers, but you just can't take them with you, you know, in a lot of the places. Okay, I'm going to mute my sound for a little bit because... This is still just a test, so I may delete this one as well. I'll see how I feel. So this is the bottom end of Eaton Park near the golf course. There's a free car park just by where the toilets are as well, so it's an easy place to do videos. This was a morning one and it's fairly quiet. Actually, the best people at live streaming are people who can talk continuously and a lot. So people who've previously been radio DJs and things like that. In fact, the last time I was a DJ was in the 1970s, so that's a very long time ago now. And I stopped doing it in 1977, so there we go. You'll also notice a variety of different exposures in these videos because some will suit music videos more than others, depending on the actual video and the song, and also the exposure of the music video itself. Hopefully this will be better than the first try. There was no problem with the video at all actually on the first try. It was just my audio soundtrack. I have a USB small mixer plugged in for the sound which the mic is plugged to, and also the sound plays back through the headphones as well, and but if I have the computer sound turned up, it conflicts with the live streaming sound, so that was what caused the problem on the first one. But I've turned down the computer sound from the desktop because it's not needed for this, and also it starts to feedback and cause an awful noise really. Anyway, this is now Bela Bari, and this was an earlier video this year, not that long ago. It was on the warmest day of the year, so if you remember when the warmest day of the year was, it was then. And this again is Eaton Park, and there are one or two little things behind in some of these videos which don't matter because you can just let the camera run, because we're only taking 1 second, 2 second, 3 second clips out of these. So what I've done previously are just experimental. I've now put the videos together in a whole so I can pick out the best bits, and also the colours. I've corrected the colour as best I can on these ones as well. I mean, my colour perception is different to a lot of people's because I've always had a slightly different colour vision. It's not enormously different, but then I had 3 eye operations in 2015, 2016, and on my right eye I lost quite a bit of colour, and my left eye tries to make up for it by giving me more colour. But anyway, the vision is different from what it was before, and even before it was different to other people. So anyway, I'm going to shut up and just let you watch the model for a little while, Bela. we were just chatting then, but she showed that she can do some quite different expressions. On this part, one experiment I split this into two and a diptych because I wanted to get rid of the car on the far left side, but whether I do that on subsequent videos, sometimes I chop them up and put bits in, or sometimes I'll have multiple frames. It just depends on so okay, I'm too loud. So on YouTube these will be 1080p videos reduced to 720p. But for most streaming purposes it's fine to use 720p. If this one works out without too many hiccups, I might leave it on YouTube. We'll just see. Because sometimes they're useful for the models to look back and see the expressions they actually showed on screen. Because when you put them in a music video, they only get a second or two here and there, and so they don't see the whole of the video. But this is quite a useful way actually to let the models see the videos. Yeah, I did move the camera there. Those things, I mean, I left parts in that I won't use, but it doesn't matter because we just pick out the bits I will, like that. I won't use that either. Anyway, you can have worse interruptions than that. I mean, when I've been videoing live bands, I've had people stand straight in front of the camera, absolutely smack bang in front of the camera, and sometimes deliberately. But you know, you can just put a model in that part or something like that. Anything, any kind of cutaway. And this I won't use, obviously. This is me with the with a reflector. Now that's totally wrong because I'm in the shaded bit, and to use a reflector effectively you have to be in the sun, and I'm not. I should have moved her to the edge of the shadow area and then stood myself in the sunny area, and then the reflector would have done something, but it never could do anything like that. And would you believe I had a hat on the warmest day of the year? some of the times I was still adjusting settings on the camera, so there can be some fairly static scenes, but other times there's more expressions. If anyone has a particular preference, anyone for certain clips or short parts that they think are the best ones to include in the music video, they can always write down the time at which they occur within this video, and I'll pick up on that and see what I think of it. So there are different exposures in these. I want a variety of different exposures. And I've used 4 different lenses altogether. Okay, it's back to the beginning, so it's time to stop streaming.